Welcome to Love Letters to Yourself. I am your host, Lauren Butler. This podcast is for the mothers, for the women who are remembering how to come home to themselves. Because when mothers come home to themselves, we heal generations. Here, we become the river. Welcome. I've spent years watching women slowly disappear, not because they're weak, not because they don't love their families, because they love them so much that somewhere along the way, they stopped believing they mattered too. They became the calendar, the therapist, the chef, the maid, the emotional regulator, the peacekeeper, the one who always says yes. And somehow we've called that motherhood. And that absolutely breaks my heart because I've seen what happens. I've been the woman who lost herself in someone else's needs. I was that child. I grew up in that household. A woman who slowly forgets herself, then her children learn what that's like and learn how to love in this way. And then they grow up and repeat it. Not because anyone intended harm, but because that's what was modeled. Codependency isn't simply needing other people. It's living with the unconscious belief that if everyone else is okay, then I'm allowed to be okay. Or it's living with that my worth is determined by how much I do. Or if I stop holding everything together, everything else will fall apart. It all relies on me. These beliefs often begin in childhood. Children learn to read the room, to become easy, helpful, quiet, successful. They become funny, responsible, whatever it was that keeps them emotionally safe, that's what they become. And then they become adults who never ask, what do I need? How do I want to show up? The answer isn't becoming selfish. It's becoming deeply connected to yourself, to your body, to your emotions, to your nervous system, to your heart. Because when you know yourself, you stop asking everyone else to tell you who you are. And ironically, that's when you become the safest person in the room. Somewhere along the way, we decided that humans were supposed to live this life alone. One mother, one household, one exhausted woman trying to meet everyone's needs. This isn't how humans evolved. We evolved in villages. We evolved in circles. We evolved in communities. Children had many safe adults. Mothers had support. People belonged. I don't believe we need more hustle or more strong arm. I believe we need one another. Most people try to change behavior. I don't, because behavior is the symptom. Your nervous system, your heart, determines what feels safe. If chaos feels familiar, peace will feel dangerous. If overgiving feels familiar, receiving feels wrong. If burnout feels normal, rest creates guilt. So we don't simply think differently. We teach the body that safety exists somewhere new. And that's where heart coherence comes in. And that's where nervous system modulation comes in. That's where real change begins. Not in the mind, but in the body. One regulated mother changes a family. One family changes a neighborhood. One neighborhood changes a community, and eventually an entire culture changes. Not because someone preached louder, because someone embodied something different. Children don't become what we tell them. They become what they live beside. This podcast is going to be filled with conversations about self-reclamation, motherhood, healing, heart coherence, relationships, nervous system modulation, community, purpose, grief, and joy. And becoming the fullest, most alive version of yourself. Not because perfection is the goal, but because presence is. If today's conversation felt like someone finally put words to something you've carried for years, you are not alone. And I'd love to invite you into our free Facebook community where thousands of these conversations are beginning. It's where women stop trying to figure it out all by themselves and begin remembering who they are together. And if you're ready to go deeper, that's exactly why I've created the Unbridled Collective. 6 months, real community, real mentorship, and real transformation. Not because I have all of the answers, but because I believe that you already carry them, and my work is helping you remember. So until next time, I invite you to write one word, one letter, one sentence. Something that you felt inside yourself right now as you listened, or maybe this week. Doesn't have to be good or bad, just something that reconnects you to your body, to yourself. And as you begin to write these love letters to yourself, they will expand and grow, and you will continue to reconnect back home to the heart. And as you reconnect with your heart, you will reconnect the heart of your home, of your family, of your community. We don't change the world by sacrificing ourselves for it. We change the world by becoming whole enough that our presence changes every room we enter. Welcome home.